You know what's great about the summer? It gets really hot. You get to wear your sunglasses because the sun is out. I don't really need them in the studio. But what you also get to do is you get to make fruity drinks and spicy dishes. And so for the heat of the summer, our summer scorcher, let me just go over the menu. I'm going to be making a spiced watermelon cooler. Oh, almost like a mojito, but we're using watermelon. I'm going to show you how to do that. We'll be doing a very spicy shaved scallop ceviche. And then chili dressed chicken thighs. That's what we're doing for Summer Scorcher today on Let's Cook. We're going to take a little break, and then when we come back, I'm going to show you how to make a delicious spiced watermelon cooler, perfect for the summer. Don't go anywhere. It's Summer Scorcher today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook. Now, for our watermelon cooler, let's just go over the ingredients that I'm going to be using it because it's a spiced watermelon cooler. So I have some mint here, I have some jalapeno, I have watermelon, I have sugar, lime juice, and you can also use rum or vodka in this. So it's very, and also mint. You know, the mint, it makes it almost like a mojito. Now, when we were at break, Bishop, one of the cameramen, said, well, the watermelon looks a little variegated. So let me explain what that means, variegated, which means the color on the watermelon here is running a little inconsistent. So if the strains, the veins are a little variegated in it. That's how you say it, right, Bish? That's how you say it. So I thought that was an interesting word to use. Now, this is a seedless watermelon, which means the seeds are very underdeveloped, but every one of these has a black seed in it somewhere in it. So, but you see how small these seeds are? And the way we're going to puree this really won't matter. Now, what I've done is I just take this watermelon this way, I take it off, I dice it up, we just dice this up, we freeze it. I have some in the freezer. Oh, it's delicious. So, I'm going to be using my watermelon here. Now, my watermelon is frozen. It's like an ice cube. See? It almost bounces. Very hard. Sounds like, see? So much water in here. Hello, hello? So, very frozen, need to do that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start my blender on as I add this to the blender. So I'm going to start it on a slow speed. I'm going to put a few of these in. Kind of reminds you of the bingo machine, doesn't it? B54, I19. So, because they are really frozen like that, what you can actually do is you can use half frozen and then you can use half unfrozen, because the frozen ones are actually your ice cubes. So I'm just going to put a few more of these in here, get a little bit more watermelon going in here too, because we need the water from, you know, the 90 to 95% water that's in watermelon. We need this. So we put our watermelon in here. We'll add our sugar to this. Beautiful. Then a little bit of lime juice. Now, here's the option. Rum or vodka. I'm going to, and this is optional now, but this is great because you can make this at home for your kids and you don't have to put any alcohol into it, and you can also control the amount of alcohol. And this just makes it, it's a great summer cooler. Then we'll just puree this. Beautiful. Now, what I need is I just need a little bit more watermelon in here and a little bit of mint. Here's my spice. I'm going to take a little piece of jalapeno chili right here. That can go in. That's just going to give it a little bit of bite. Beautiful, delicious watermelon cooler, spiced watermelon cooler for the summer. Doesn't that look great? Be nice and ice cold. Then we just finish this with a little piece of watermelon here. Let me just cut a little piece here as a garnish right on top there with a nice piece of mint. Looks great, doesn't it? We're going to take a little break, and when we come up next, we are making a shaved scallop ceviche for our summer scorcher. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook. Did you hear that surf music? You know, I remember when I was a young child, and I grew up in Canada. At the end of the summer, we used to do a parade at the end of the summer for all the different parks. And I remember one time for an hour-and-a-half parade, I had to stand on an ironing board pretending I was surfing as we went through town. It's not one of the things that I tell a lot of people about. So I just told quite a few people. Now, my scallop ceviche. What I have right here is I have some scallops. These are sea scallops, and what I did is I froze these sea scallops. So these are frozen right now, but they're frozen soft. They're not frozen very hard. And what we're going to do to make the ceviche is I'm going to take the scallops here, and then while they're frozen, this makes it much easier, we're going to take and slice them very thinly and just set them up onto the plate. Let me just get one here that's going to stand up a little better. Good. Yeah, this will stand up just fine. So we'll just take these and you slice them ever so thin, but you see how nice they slice when they're nice and frozen like this? But before they defrost totally, you need to set these up onto the plate. Now you can also do these ahead of time, you know, you can do these and have them already on the plate and marinating. Now I'm going to marinate these raw. If you don't want to marinate these raw, so one of the cameramen said to me, he says, I just, you know, the thing with the raw scallops, well, when they're off the boat or they're just out of the shell, you can definitely eat them raw. But if you're uncomfortable with that, what you can do is you can actually blanch and shock them first, then slightly freeze them so that they're still slightly frozen so that you can cut them nice and thin this way. You could also, I could even, if I wanted to, I could even call this almost a carpaccio, but I have to call it a ceviche because I'm marinating these and I'm really not cooking them at all. So we'll do real nice thin slices this way. I think I need just a few more slices here. Also, you know, sometimes the scallops might be a little thin like this, so just take a little bit off this way. That way it'll sit nice and flat for you. And you can slice them in nice thin slices because you really want them to be roughly about 1/16 of an inch thick. So I'll set these up right here. So, and I really don't want them overlapping because I need the marinade that I'm going to place over them to really soak into the scallops, and because we're actually going to chemically cook them. Now, the ingredients for the marinade that I'm going to put together here is I have some lemon juice here, I have some sugar, a little bit of oil, some chili sauce right here, and all we do with this is we just simply take this now, stir this together this way, making sure that sugar is dissolved. Then I'm going to go ahead and, oh, I have one right here. I'm also going to just take a straight lime juice too, because again, remember these are raw, and the pH of the lime, the acid in the lime, is actually what's going to cook these. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and squeeze lime juice over each one of the scallops that I have here. Then, this also have lime juice. We'll take a little bit of our chili lime. Now again, this is going to have some heat to it too, but we need that lime juice to cook them. Both the chili and the lime juice is a preservative. So we have this here. Now you're going to allow this to marinate actually overnight. Then take a little bit of red onion here when you go to serve it. Then we have to make a little bit of a arugula dressing to go with this. Now, to make the arugula dressing, what I have right here is I have some arugula, and I'm going to bring up some water to boil. There's some salt in the water. Then I'm going to actually shock the arugula. This is really going to bring the color out in it. So let me just drop this in here. We just stir this around. just till it gets really soft. And I'm using minimum water here because I really want to maintain some of the water-soluble vitamins that are in the arugula. So we just soften it this way so it just wilts a little bit here. I'll then take this, I'll drop it into some cold water here just to shock it. When it's this point and it's nice and cool, I take this, I take it out of the water, I squeeze out all of the water that might be on the arugula. We then take this, we'll put this in our blender. To this now, I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice there. I have also 1 jalapeno here. Any chili that you like to use, I'm just going to use a little bit of jalapeno here with the seeds. Put this on here. Out of my oil. And I'm just going to blend this and puree this very fine. We also, very loud today, need to season this with just a little bit of salt and a little bit of black pepper. Put this back on for a second. This will really go well with the scallop ceviche we have right over here. As a matter of fact, I already have some done right here. Then to serve this, we're just going to take this and drizzle this right across. After you've marinated this right here, you see how easy this is to make? Absolutely delicious. And again, if you're afraid of the raw scallop thing, then just blanch your scallops before, slightly freeze them till they're a little soft. And here we go. We have our delicious shaved scallop ceviche with definitely quite a bit of bite between the arugula and the chili sauce. We're going to take a little break, and then when we come back, I'm making a chili dressed chicken thigh. Don't go anywhere. It's Summer Scorcher today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Summer Scorcher. Now, we're doing a chili and cheese dressed chicken thigh and leg. So the first thing I have to do is I have to make the dressing, or actually the stuffing. Now, in this pan right here, I have some onions and poblano chilies that I just sauteed till they were a little soft. To this now, I'm going to add, to taste, cayenne. And this is going to give it a real nice bite based on how hot you like it. You're going to cook the cayenne like this just for a little bit of time, just to bring that flavor out. Once that flavor is out, and you can actually smell it, it really just brings it to life. I'm going to take these ingredients, they go into a bowl here. Then I add the other ingredients for the stuffing. I have some fresh breadcrumbs here. I have some cheese. And then I'm just going to add, if you have any herbs, I have a little bit of parsley here. It's always nice for color. And I also have some oregano there, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that in. But that's totally optional, and it was not in the recipe graphic that we just gave you, because right before when we were coming back from break, I said, oh, you know, that'll go good in here. So we're just going to let this cool down. Now, the next thing we have to do is we have to bone out our chicken thighs and legs, or thighs. So I have a thigh and a leg here, and I also have a thigh here. I'll show you how to bone out both of them. Okay? And what we'll do is, you see, this one here is boneless. We'll actually bone out the thigh and the leg. This to look just like this. So we'll take out all those bones. Hello, hello, hello. So to bone these out, use a nice sharp knife. And for the thigh, for instance, with the thigh, all we do is we just take this, cut along that thigh bone there, and pull that meat back. See how easy that is? Now, once you've exposed that bone a little bit, it's very easy to stick your fingers in there and join them underneath. Once you can put your fingers underneath, take your knife, slip it through there, and just cut along the bone that way. Then we just scrape this with our knife this way, turn it around here, and do the same thing, getting rid of the bone. So the bone is totally gone. Now, the thigh and the leg is a little different. To do the thigh and the leg, we're going to take our thigh right here. Again, same motion here where we just cut and expose the bone here. Join your fingers underneath. See how they just kind of, so if you can join your two fingers underneath, or even if I go like this, I can put my whole pinky through there. See? Hello, hello. Come here, insert that knife where that opening was, and cut this way. This way you end up removing all of the cartilage that's attached to the thigh bone right here. Then you hold this up in the air, and what you're going to do is you're actually going to scrape this bone till you expose the joint between the thigh and the leg. Hold this up, put your knife in the middle, bring this back down, cut straight through that joint. As soon as you feel your knife go through the joint, turn it up and remove this. Now, when you're doing this, make sure that you're not down here doing this, that you're standing straight. And don't worry if you leave a little bit of meat left on the bone, because that's always very good for stock. Now, to remove the leg bone without cutting into the leg here, what we do is we take the thigh meat, we let it fall around the leg this way. So now this joint right here where the top of the leg is attached and it's exposed, what I do is I just come down and I go around the bone this way, cutting all of those tendons that might hold that meat on. Bring my finger around this way. Here's my leg right here. I just push down on the bone and I pull it out. See how easy that comes off? Then I take this here, pull it back this way. If I try, that's the other thing. Let me just show you this. If you try and go like this, it won't come off. But if you go like this and you just pull it this way, that leg is totally gone. Beautiful thigh and leg all attached together. All I have to do now is turn it right side out here. And there's my leg and my thigh. Well, what happened here? Oh, here's my thigh. Oh, here it is. There we are. See how we have that beautiful thigh and leg right there that we can go ahead and stuff. So, now to stuff these, what I'm going to do is I already have some done here. And all I'm going to do with these is I'll take these now, I'll season them with salt and pepper, take a little bit of my stuffing right here, just like this, right in the middle of each one. I only have time to show you two though, because we're running tight on time now, so let me get this out of the way. Then, with your string, remember how you used to tie Christmas presents? Well, this is what you're going to do. Oh, they just told me 3 minutes left in show. I have to start the sauce for the chicken. Hold on 1 second on these. I'm going to fire up my pan here. And into this pan right now, to make the sauce for this chili dressed chicken, I'm going to put my onions in here. Along with my onions, I'm going to put some paprika and some cayenne. This is going to give it color. A little bit of oil as well. And we're just going to let this start to saute and cook down with equal quantities of wine and chicken stock. So I'm going to let that cook down right now. Well, I'll show you how to tie the chicken thighs. So now we're coming back to our chicken thighs. So here's what we do with it. We have our string here. It's about 2 feet long. We're going to take our chicken thighs right here. We're going to come like this. Make a little knot, okay? Turn this over, do the same thing on this side. Okay? Tie a nice little knot here too. Then you can just take this, you can sear it in a pan, or you can bake this in a 350-degree oven just till it's cooked to 165 degrees internal temperature. I already have a few done over here that I'm going to take out of the oven now. To serve them, you can see right here, let me just get this cutting board out of the way here, but to serve these you can see how the string is still attached to them. You do need to remove that string before you go to serve them. But you see here, we're just going to take this, cut this off. You have the chili, the bread, and the cheese in there. Just going to remove that string. Comes off very easily. Now I only have, oh my goodness, they're telling me we only have a minute left in show, so I'm actually going to finish this in about 10 seconds so we can just review what we made today. So, to finish this, make sure you taste your sauce. Make sure that it's properly seasoned with salt and pepper, that it cooks down where it's almost dry. Sauce goes in the bottom of the pan like this. Your chicken goes right here on top of this. Out of this world. So, for our summer scorcher today, we did our chili cheese dressed chicken thighs. We also did a delicious watermelon cooler and our shaved scallop ceviche. Thank you so much for watching my summer scorcher today. You have a great day and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.